Every single team has that one player which nobody rates, and I'm here to tell you your club's most underrated player. Let's get into the very first team, which is whoever's bottom of the league. Okay, I can't lie, lads, the first one's a bit of a stinker, which is not a good way to start off this video, but I've got Sheffield United, and your most underrated player is Ollie McBurney. I probably should have more thinker of this one, but from what I've seen right now, not what I've seen from the stats that I've saw, he's got 3 goals, 1 assist, but there is one bad thing. Every single time he has scored, Sheffield fans, he's lost the game, so for your sake, let's hope he doesn't score again. Last season, he got 13 goals in the Championship, which is obviously massive if you want to get back up with the Prem. And that's all I've got. That's all I've got. I think off the top of my head, maybe Cameron Archer could be had a shout. Maybe Anel Adimantic. Sure, him. You've got Gustavo Hammer, wonderful sign for Coventry as well. Maybe he could be underrated, but I think everyone knows how good. Actually, you know what it is? Gustavo Hammer might be the new one, because if you're just a die-hard Premier League fan, you aren't going to know about Gustavo Hammer and how good he was for Coventry. So, yeah, Gustavo Hammer, you've been replaced. No, you have replaced Ollie McBurney. 19th, we have this one is a lot more commendable from me. James Trafford from Burnley, or from Manchester, because that's where, was it from Manchester? He was in Man City's youth academy, they went on loan to Bolton, I think, and then he's been put in right at the deep end with Burnley, and you have to commend him for it, because there was a little bit of a few bad shouts. I think I saw a lot of Burnley fans saying he wasn't physical enough, like when he's coming out for them balls and he's not like catching them, you know, like if I was there and there was balls flying about, best believe I'm trying to catch him. Best believe him. He's averaging around 4 saves per game, which is alright, to be fair. I think I saw a stat. Alisson averages around 3 saves per game from the last time I checked the stats. So 4 saves per game, he's got to be helping Burnley in every single game. One game this season, James Trafford made 10 saves against Brighton. 1-1 draw, fair enough. But to make 10 saves is crazy. I'm not quite sure what Tim Krul's save record is. I'm pretty sure. Was that been broken? Has that been broken? I'm not too sure. But 10 saves against Brighton to hold a 1-1 draw against a very good Brighton side. Along with that, he's got very, very good potential. Burnley, if he's get relegated, could look to sell him on for maybe 40-50 million. Maybe somewhere around him up to maybe like a team that is just went up. Or a bit like, you could even compare it to maybe like an Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale was at Sheffield United, and then they went down, and then Ramsdale got moved to Arsenal, so maybe not as big as Arsenal, but you could see him maybe going back to Man City in the future, being their number 1 keeper when Edison has passed his time, maybe in about 3 years time. 18th, we have everyone's favourite club, if it's not your club, Luton Town, and I went with Ross Barkley. Done very well at Everton, and then ever since Everton, it's not been the best. Like as it is not been the best. He's had did he get a move to Chelsea? Or was it by drink water? The most recent team he played for was OJC Nice in France, and he was actually averaging around 7.1 rating per game, which is quite good. Anything above a 7, you've had a pretty decent. You can tell he's in that Luton team that he still has the quality to play in the Premier League, and if Luton were to get relegated, I hope they don't, I think he's too good for the Championship. I think he is. You can see his quality. I think against Newcastle, he hit the crossbar twice, and every single game that I watch Luton play, which is when they're on Sky or when they played Newcastle, Ross Barkley is looking their best player. Maybe I could see if Luton do go down, maybe he gets to move back to Everton. I feel like that would be a very good signing for them. Speaking of Everton, 17th we have Vitaly Mykolenko. And yes, Everton fans have been alright this season if you still have that 10-point deduction from breaking rules. Don't know why they keep on going on saying, fuck the Premier League! Fuck the Premier League! These are broke rules. But let's be honest, he's going on about this. He's a broke rules, so why the fuck he is complaining? I don't get it. But anyways, more for Mykolenko, more about Mykolenko. Averaged a 7.08 per game, which like I said before, if you're averaging around over a 7, you're doing pretty good. I think even Everton fans can not really respect, but not even accept either. What's the word I'm thinking of? Agree with us. I don't know why that took so long to come to my head. Agree with it. Vitaly Mykolenko has been one of your better. Along with Abdoulaye Doucouré, he needs a shout as well, but I think the amount of goals he's scoring, people are starting to give him a little bit more credit. Tony Mikalenko, you start off a bit shit at Everton, but you are starting to come good. Murillo, what a player. I think his signing was a Corinthians. I'm pretty sure it's, check me facts right here. Yep, Corinthian fans loved him, and then he got the move to Nottingham Forest. I think was it 16 million? I haven't got it, but I think it was around 16 million, and what a bargain that is, because from the games I've watched him, his long passing, or even his vision, passing in general, could be one of the best in the league. You could put him up the likes with, who's like a really good ball playing defender in the Prem. You know what it is? Fuck it. Lewis Dunk as well. What a fucking ball playing defender he is. Nottingham Forest fans have took a massive love into him as well. If Murillo's ambitions isn't matched with Nottingham Forest, you could see him go to it. Honestly, maybe like a Real Madrid and pair him up with a Militao. I would not be surprised to see that happen. 15th, we have, I'm not quite sure what he's going to think about this one, but I have went with solely because every single time I watch this player play, technical wise, is that a word? Technical wise, he's the best at the, actually, maybe not, the second, Crystal Palace, and your most underrated player is Jordan Ayew, because every single time I watch this player play, the way he holds up the ball, the way the ball just does what he wants it to do, is mental. Against Chelsea, the ball he put in for Michael Elise, perfect, absolutely. Elise wasn't being marked, he had all space and time in the world, but even just his finishing, I feel like Jordan Ayew has been massively not appreciated. You know what? Yeah, Crystal Palace fans, you should appreciate Jordan Ayew more, because I'm seeing a lot more credit go to Mateta than what I'm seeing more credit go to Jordan Ayew, and that should not be the case. Michael Elise, he's the most technical. Actually, you've got Everett Cheze as well. Maybe that statement wasn't correct. He's one of the best technical players at Crystal Palace. Ayew also has 2 goals and 4 assists this season. 14th, we have Brentford, and for them, I'm going to be going with Rico Henry. Ever since he got injured against us, Newcastle, Brentford really have not been the same. Out of this, I think it's 16 games they've played while he's been out, and they've lost 9 of them. They've lost 9 games out of 16. That is not the Brentford we have came to terms with in the Premier League. And it's a massive part of their team that's missing. I think, does Aaron Hickey replace him? Aaron Hickey is not the player that Rico Henry is. The way he just bombs forward, bombs back, defensively solid, attackingly very good. And he's just been massive. I think every single team just been going down that. The right hand side for them, left hand side for Brentford, they've been going down Rico Henry's side, because if you look at their right back, I'm not quite sure who their right back is, to be fair, but their left back is massively not good. Obviously Brentford haven't been doing good because of Tony as well. I haven't got Tony, but I feel like Rico Henry is a massive miss to them. 13th, we have overperforming Fulham, who have just beat Arsenal in the time of recording this, so they are not 13th in the league. No matter. Willian, to be doing what he's doing at 35 is crazy. You see a lot of people began back to Brazil when they're Brazilian and they get old, and Willian not done that. He might have done, but then he came back, which makes it even more impressive. A bit like Jordan Ayew, but better. The ball just does what Willian wants it to do. The drop shoulder, oosh, he's away. He's still got a pace like he was playing in prime Chelsea, or maybe not Arsenal, but the Willian that playing for prime Chelsea, you're getting at least 60% of what he was at the player at Fulham. And you've got Alex Pellegrini at Fulham. He's getting all the credit he deserves. Fantastic player, probably going to get that move to Bayern Munich. You've got Bernd Leno, maybe deserves a little bit more credit. I was thinking maybe Tim Ream, but probably not. Maybe Tom Kearney deserves a little bit of credit, but I feel like who's the player again? I forget who the player was. Willian is and he's got 4 goals and 1 assist. 12th, we have Bournemouth, and this one's a bit more shaky because he's starting to get a bit more goals now. He's not really as underrated, but I feel like he could maybe do a job for maybe Liverpool. Dominic Solanke, 12 goals and 1 assist this season. When they first brought him in, Eddie Howe brought him in, manager Newcastle, of course. He wasn't the best, like, was he? Was he brought in to score goals in the Prem or the Championship? I can't remember. But he wasn't good, and I think he had a bit of an average season in the Championship. This season, Dominic Solanke has shown what he can do, and potentially getting a move to Newcastle. I hope that does happen, I really do. he could be an ideal replacement for Callum Wilson. Dominic Solanke is averaging around 0.7 goals per season, and I know that doesn't sound the best as we speak, but Erling Haaland averages 0.9 goals per game. Dominic Solanke has 0.7. That shows how well he's performing at the minute. 11th, we have something a little bit different. We have Wolves, but it's not a player that I've chose. Their most underrated, I know I had players in the title, but it's alright. Gary O'Neill. Wow, what a job he done at Bournemouth, but then they brought Areola in. What a job he done at Bournemouth to keep them up. And now what a job he's doing at Wolves. They just beat Everton 3-0. They've beat Chelsea. Wolves this season so far have beat Chelsea twice, Brentford, Tottenham, and Man City. Now that's two. We'll say Man City and Tottenham are top four contender teams, and they beat them along with just everything that Gary O'Neill has done. Defensively, they look solid. Attacking wise, they do look solid. And soon to be, he's going to get a lot more credit from the English media and a lot of English fans, English football fans, or Premier League fans, because the job he's doing there can only get better, let's be honest. 10th, we have Chelsea. Sorry, I meant Chelsea. And I've chose Thiago Silva, and my notes for this one is 39. Thiago Silva's 39. Yes, he showed a little bit of his age this season. I think he had a mistake against Newcastle. But apart from that, I haven't seen him do anything that bad. And to be played in the Prem at 39 is crazy. Do I need to say anything more? Newcastle, we have Lewis Miley, and speaking of Lewis Miley, if you do want a video about Lewis Miley, about how good he can be, my video will be down there actually, in that bottom corner, somewhere down there. My video will be there if you want to see how good he can be. But yes, for Newcastle, I've got Lewis Miley. The way I don't want to say commanded, but he has not looked out of place in any of the games we've played him. Yes, I think it was against, what team was it? There was a team where from a corner you could see his lack of experience, and the player behind him had one hand on Miley's back, took a step back, and he was a free man and got in at the back post. Apart from that mistake though, Lewis Miley, his long range passing, his vision, and for how tall he is, he moves, and he just moves so fast. It's mental. I can't quite describe how good he is, because half the things he's done, I can't put it into words. Because he's 17 years old. 17 years old. Attacking-wise, immense, and defensively also immense, with him averaging around 6 ball recoveries per game. So when Liverpool have been hitting him on a counter-attack, Lewis Miley has got that ball back at least 6 games per game. He's fast as fuck, he's got long legs like Dan Burn, and he gets the ball back, and he plays a nice composed pass to either Trippier or Bruno, and we go and push up the field. Lewis Miley, this is probably a shit example, but Lewis Miley he's the future. He's the future of Newcastle, he's the future of England. 8th, we have Brighton, and this is a bit of a shit one, I can't lie, but it was kind of quick on the spot. I went with Danny Welbeck. I feel like ever since Arsenal, he hasn't been the player that we all thought he was going to be. At Brighton, he's starting to get a bit more credit. But to be in this Brighton side, you need to be a lot better than what people actually think. The intensity that De Zerbi plays, you need to be fucking fit, and you need to be a very, very good player. I think he was playing the same way he'd done at Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine. I think Brighton are definitely playing to his strengths. He's still got... Honestly, I'm surprised how fast Danny Welbeck actually is, because he was lightning quick at Arsenal. Then we kind of didn't see him for a bit, did we? Danny Welbeck for Brighton, probably not the best one I could have picked. 7th, we have the Brexit midfielder himself, Scott McTominay. McTominay is starting to show his strength and his ability in the Man United squad, scoring some very, very crucial goals this season. 2 goals against Chelsea, which managed to get them a win in a 2-1 win, which for a Brexit stadium is not bad. 2 goals against Brentford to also get them the win. And without McTominay's goals, Man United would be 6 points behind what they are now. Maybe 7 points behind what... No, actually, 8 pints? McTominay, if you look at the pints. 8 points behind what they are right now. This would put them in 11th position rather than what they are right now. It's time of recording, 10th. 6th, we have West Ham, and I've went with once again the manager, David Moyes. West Ham, in my opinion, are having quite an underrated season. I thought this season they were doing shit, but they haven't really had a bad run of form. They've just been like a little bobbling away. But now, recently, They're in the top 6. Top 6? Time of recording, they're in top 6. Managed wins against Spurs. They've managed a win against Arsenal in the Cup and Arsenal in the league. They've also managed to get first in the Europa League group. They've also managed to win against Chelsea. As you can tell, I'm doing that on purpose because they are fucking shit. And as of right now, we're having a very commendable season. At 5th, we have Tottenham, and I went with their goalkeeper, Vicario. Signed from Empoli for 17 million in today's market. What a signing. What a signing for 17 million. He is everything that Spurs needed after Maurice had an absolute shocker last season. In my opinion, he could be one of the best keepers in the world right now, and I know that's a very massive statement, but he's pulling off at least one banging save, maybe 2-3 banging saves per game. With Tottenham's high line and how they play, when a team does break through Tottenham's defence, it is pretty much all up to him, and as of right now, he's done a very commendable job, apart from obviously that Chelsea result where I don't know how Tottenham done that. That was, what a game that was to watch. When they had like 9 men, but every single one of their defence was on the halfway line, and they were just getting through on goal and through on goal. What a game that was to watch, by the way. That was the greatest game I've seen this Prem season. But yes, Vicario is my pick for Tottenham. 4th, we have Manchester City, and this one is underrated because I think a lot of people undervalued his value to Man City, and I went with Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, we all know how good Kevin De Bruyne is, arguably one of the best players in the world, but I didn't think Man City would do as shit as what they've done. You can see when De Bruyne is out of that squad how much they missed that killer pass that only De Bruyne can do. The amount of precision and power that De Bruyne can get on a free kick, even free kick Man City. Let's be honest, Julian Alvarez, Phil Foden, yes, they're alright set pieces, but no one is good as Kevin De Bruyne at set pieces, whether it's a deep free kick, whether it's a wide free kick, or whether it's a shot on goal. I think we're going to see Man City back to their best when we see Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, back in the team. De Bruyne is going to be, it's going to be so good to watch him again, I can't lie. And in 3rd, we have Villa, and we have the absolute legend. He's found his form again under Unai Emery, under Steven Gerrard, absolutely fucking shit. But Unai Emery, along with all the rest of the squad, he's brought the best out of John McGinn. 5 goals, 2 assists is not bad for another Scottish midfielder. McGinn, average-wise, is their 3rd best player behind Douglas Luiz. We've all got his credit, especially getting Elisha Lehmann. He deserves a lot of credit. And Ollie Watkins. John McGinn is right behind both of them, and I think he's having the most underrated season out of the 3 of them. 2nd, we have Arsenal, and I'm going to go with Mohamed El Neni. I feel like his hair, just his nationality, his range of shooting, the amount of bicycle kicks he can do, I just feel like that they're missing the whole package with Mohamed El Neni. No, of course I'm joking. We're going to go with Timber. He got injured, and I think it was the Community Shield, and that was a very big signing for them. That's a very big hole which Arsenal were looking for in the transfer window. They got their man, Timber from Ajax. Is he a centre back? I think he's a centre back. But I feel like if Timber was fit, Arsenal wouldn't be doing as bad. I don't know, because Arsenal, fair enough, they're not having the best of seasons. No, they are having a good season. Arsenal having a good season. They'd be doing a lot better if Timber wasn't in the squad. Right now they're relying on solely Saliba and Gabriel. Sliding Timber, who can play centre mid, CDM and right back. That's a lot more cover. And our very last team, we have Liverpool, and go on then. Yes, we have Darwin Núñez. You literally have no idea what this player is going to do on the pitch. It is mental. He could look like Prime Messi. He might look like fucking Rob from down the pub. You have no idea what he's going to be. You can score a bicycle kick or a sideways volley, sliding backwards, taking back, or you might miss a set from 2 yards out. He's one of the most interesting players to watch in the Prem, and Liverpool paid 80 million for him. For the amount of entertainment that Darwin has brought them, I feel like it's worth it. 5 goals and 5 assists is also what he's brung this season. Pretty commendable, only halfway through the season. If he can double both of them, he would have had a pretty good season. And that is it, lads. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to like, please make sure to subscribe, and comment down below who you think your most underrated player of your football club is. Goodbye.